Hey everyone! Today, we're taking a look at filling out the 1040 form for 2023, specifically for married couples filing jointly with dependents. We'll guide you step by step through the entire process, from personal details to income reporting, deductions, credits, and finally determining if you're due a refund or have taxes to pay. So let's simplify tax filing. Understanding Form 1040 is important, whether you're e-filing, using software, or filling it out manually, as it's the foundation of your federal income tax filing. For our walkthrough, we'll consider a scenario where our filing status is married filing jointly, we have dependents, and both partners have W-2 income from employment. This is a common situation for many families. Before starting, make sure to gather all necessary documents. The most important are the W-2 forms from your employers. These forms summarize your annual wages and the taxes withheld. Also, depending on your situation, you might also need other documents like 1099s if you've done any freelance work, interest statements from banks, or other documentation. Also, I strongly recommend reviewing the IRS instructions for Form 1040, which provide invaluable guidance through each section of the form. You can find a link to these instructions in the video description below. With your documents ready and the IRS instructions at hand, let's begin filling out the form. Imagine Sarah and Michael, a married couple, preparing their joint 1040 form. They start by entering their personal information, including names, address, and social security numbers, and choosing married filing jointly for their filing status. They also decide whether to contribute to the presidential election campaign, though this won't affect their tax or refund amount. For those involved in digital assets or virtual currency, the form has specific sections for reporting, but Sarah and Michael don't have such transactions and mark no for this part. Moving on, they list their dependents, which is crucial for eligibility for certain tax credits and deductions. Dependents generally fall under two categories, a qualifying child or a qualifying relative, each with its own IRS criteria. They carefully fill out the necessary information for each child that they have. Next, we move on to the important section, income reporting. Sarah and Michael both have employment income and W-2 forms. Let's say Sarah earned $50,000 and Michael earned $55,000. They accurately report these combined incomes here in the income section. They then check if they have any additional income to report, such as interest or dividends. In their case, they report a small amount of taxable interest income from a savings account. So, after reporting all their income, they calculate both their total income and their adjusted gross income. As they only have W-2 income, there are no adjustments to be made. Now, the next step is to choose between the standard deduction and itemized deductions. The standard deduction is often more beneficial for couples with lower income, but they should evaluate if itemizing is better in their case. The standard deduction reduces your taxable income and changes annually. Itemized deductions, on the other hand, are based on actual expenses like mortgage interest or medical costs, and are detailed on Schedule A of Form 1040. They chose the standard deduction, but depending on your expenses, itemizing might be more advantageous. They found the amount for their status on the left side of the page and entered it on the appropriate line of the form. After selecting their deduction method, they calculate their taxable income by subtracting the deduction from their total income. Now that they have total income, they can find out their tax liability. Using the tax tables in the 1040 instructions, they determine their tax liability based on their taxable income and filing status. Remember, tax brackets may adjust yearly, so always check the current numbers in the tax table. On the second page, they explore popular credits like the child tax credit and others, and apply any that fit their situation. Tax credits can significantly reduce your tax bill, so it's worth investigating your options. They enter their calculated tax amount and apply any credits. In the payments section, they include the federal income tax withheld as shown on their W-2 forms. This section also includes estimated tax payments for income not subject to withholding, like self-employment or investment income. Finally, they reach the refund or amount you owe section. Here, They discover if they've overpaid and are due a refund, or underpaid and owe additional taxes. Sarah and Michael find they are due a refund, which they choose to receive via direct deposit. It's important for Sarah and Michael to double-check all their entries, claim any applicable deductions or credits, and ensure their form is accurate. So this walkthrough is a foundation for married couples filing jointly with dependents and W-2 income. Since every tax situation is unique, adapt this guide to your specific circumstances, and if your situation is complex, consider consulting a tax professional. Once everything is verified and accurate, sign and date your return, complete any remaining sections, and submit it to the IRS before the deadline. That's our guide for filling out the 1040 form for married couples filing jointly with dependents. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Thank you for joining, and don't forget to like and follow for more money tips and tax updates.